May 22, 2021, 5 planets parade across the sky. Jupiter and Saturn are in the southeast before sunrise. Evening star Venus, Mercury and Mars are in the western sky after sunset. A bright moon is in the southeastern sky. Chart caption, 2021, May 22, mooring planets Jupiter and Saturn are in the southeast before sunrise. Bright Jupiter is moving eastward in Aquarius. Saturn begins its retrograde motion in Capricornus. By Jeffrey L. Hunt. Chicago, Illinois, sunrise, 5:24 a.m. CDT, sunset, 8:11 p.m. CDT. Check local sources for sunrise and sunset times for your location. 5 planets are visible in the sky today. Jupiter and Saturn are in the southeastern sky before sunrise. Venus, Mercury, Mars, and the Moon are in the evening sky. Morning sky. Bright Jupiter and Saturn continue to shine in the southeastern sky before sunrise. Jupiter, brighter than all the stars in the sky this morning, is nearly 25 degrees up in the southeastern sky at 1 hour before sunrise. It is trekking eastward through the dim stars of Aquarius. It is 2.2 degrees to the upper left of Iota Aquarii, Iota Acra on the chart, 4.4 degrees to the lower right of Ancha, Theta Acer, the hip, and 4.8 degrees to the upper right of Sigma Aquarii, Sigma Acer. The trio of stars is dim, easily observed with a binocular. Saturn begins retrograding today. This is explained in another article. The ringed wonder, dimmer than Jupiter, is over 17 degrees to the upper right of the Jovian giant and 0.6 degrees to the right of Theta Capricorni, Theta Cap. Saturn seems to maintain the same gap with the star each morning, but the planet slowly begins to move farther westward, to the right of the star. Sunrise interrupts seeing all 5 planets simultaneously. Jupiter and Saturn set during the daytime, while Venus, Mercury, and Mars rise during the day and follow the Sun westward. Evening sky. Chart caption, 2021, May 22, 1 hour after sunset, the bright moon is 10.8 degrees to the upper right of Spica and 4.6 degrees to the lower left of Porrima. After sunset, the gibbous moon -84% illuminated, is nearly halfway up in the east-southeast sky. When the sky is darker, try to locate Spica, the ear of corn, 10.8 degrees to the moon's lower left, and Porrima, 4.6 degrees to the upper right of the lunar orb. Topaz Arcturus, the bear guard, is higher in the sky, to the upper left of the moon and Spica. Chart caption, 2021, May 22, 30 minutes after sunset, Mercury is 5.8 degrees to the upper left of Venus. At 30 minutes after sunset, brilliant Venus is over 7 degrees up in the west-northwest. Mercury, leaving its best evening appearance of the year, is 5.8 degrees to the upper left of Venus. Mercury is dimmer and lower each evening. At tonight's brightness, use a binocular to spot Mercury with Venus. Venus as an evening star article. Read more about Venus in our summary document. Chart caption, 2021, May 22, 45 minutes after sunset, look for Elnath 3.7 degrees to the upper right of Mercury and Mars below Castor and Pollux. By 45 minutes after sunset, Mercury is becoming visible to the unaided eye, although a binocular may be needed to initially locate it. This speedy planet is 3.7 degrees to the lower left of Elnath, the northern horn of Taurus. Mars, dimmer than Mercury, is over 25 degrees to the upper left of Mercury, and over 30 degrees to the upper left of Venus. Venus is slowly closing the gap to the red planet. Venus passes Mars on July 12. Watch the gap between them close. Meanwhile, Mercury moves into the morning sky and back into the evening sky later during the summer. As Mercury has a difficult-to-see evening apparition, Mars is beginning to disappear into the evening twilight. Mercury passes Mars on August 18. On this evening there is a challenging observation to see all 5 bright planets and the Moon in the sky together. Here's more about Mercury during May 2021. By 1 hour after sunset, the bright moonlight tends to wash out the dimmer stars. At this hour, Mars is less than 1/3 of the way up in the west, 7.6 degrees to the lower left of Pollux. Here's more about Mars during 2021. Find a detailed chart of the motion of Mars during the month here. Venus sets 75 minutes after sunset, followed by Mercury about 30 minutes later. Mars sets over 3 hours, 30 minutes after sundown. Saturn rises over an hour after Mars sets to launch tomorrow's planet parade. Detailed note, 1 hour before sunrise, bright Jupiter is nearly 25 degrees above the southeastern horizon. The planet is moving eastward in Aquarius, 2.2 degrees to the upper left of Iota Acer, 4.4 degrees to the lower right of Theta Acer, and 4.8 degrees to the upper right of Sigma Acher. Saturn is 17.3 degrees to the upper right of the Jovian giant. Today the planet stops moving eastward and starts to retrograde. Retrograde motion is an illusion from our faster moving planet approaching and passing planets farther away from the Sun. This morning, the planet is 0.6 degrees to the right of Theta Cap. At the initial stages, retrograde motion starts slowly. Then, Saturn appears farther west, to the right of the star. Saturn retrogrades until mid-October. Until late June, the gap between Jupiter and Saturn grows as Jupiter continues its eastward trek. During late June, Jupiter begins to retrograde and the gap between the two planets closes somewhat. 3 bright planets are visible after sunset. Begin looking about 30 minutes after sundown. The Moon, 11.3D, 84%, is nearly halfway up in the south-southeast. Brilliant Venus is over 7 degrees up in the west-northwest. Use a binocular to locate Mercury, M equals 1.1, 5.8 degrees to the upper left of Venus. 15 minutes later, Mercury is visible to the unaided eye, 3.7 degrees to the lower left of Elnith. Mars, nearly 1/3 of the way up in the west, is over 25 degrees to the upper left of Mercury. The Moon is 4.6 degrees to the lower left of Porrima, Gamma Vir, M equals 3.4, and 10.8 degrees to the upper right of Spica, Alpha Vir, M equals 1.0. 1 hour after sunset, look for Mars, 1.7 degrees to the upper right of Delta Gem and 7.6 degrees to the lower left of Pollux. Venus sets 65 minutes after sunset, Mercury, 107 minutes, and Mars, 212 minutes. Read more about the planets during May 2021. 2021, May 21st, Evening Planet Ballet. May 21st, 2021, 3 bright planets are dancing in the western sky after sundown. Evening star Venus is entering the sky for a months-long residency after its solar conjunction 2 months ago. Mercury is heading for a conjunction with Venus after its best evening appearance of the year. Mars continues its eastward march in Gemini, but time is running out on its appearance as it approaches brighter evening twilight and a conjunction with Venus. 2021, May 21st, twilight lengthens. May 21st, 2021, at the weather warms, daylight and twilight lengthen to diminish nighttime hours. As the summer solstice approaches, far northern latitudes do not have periods of darkness. From the most northern latitudes, the sun does not set, the land of the midnight sun. 2021, May 20th, Evening Planet Dance. May 20th, 2021, Evening Star Venus, Mercury, and Mars continue their planetary dance in the western sky after sunset. Begin looking for brilliant Venus about 30 minutes after sunset. 15 minutes later, Mercury and Mars join the ballet. 2021, May 20th, Morning Summer Triangle. May 20th, 2021, with 2 bright planets in the southeast before sunrise, the summer triangle, Vega, Altair, and Deneb, is high in the south as daylight approaches. 2021, May 22nd, Saturn retrogrades. May 22nd, 2021, Saturn, the ringed wonder, begins its retrograde motion today. The planet is in the southern sky to the upper right of bright Jupiter before sunrise. The planet is at opposition on August 2nd, and ends its retrograde motion on October 10th.